Welcome to my world. Welcome back to Krillo Madness. Another day, another workout. So today we're going to be doing something different. We're going to be doing our own materials for boxing, for hooks and uppercuts. So right here are all the materials, equipment that you're going to need, the tools, hardware. You're going to need 4 bolts. The sizes and all that depends on how big you're going to make it. The board is 48 by 11 and 1 inch thickness. You're going to need a saw. You're going to need a drill and a tire, of course. So here, I'm using the board to basically just make a line across the tire. Does not have to be perfect. The line and the tire is just to give you an idea of where you're gonna cut, just so you're not just cutting aimlessly. You know what I'm saying? So just so you can have an idea where to cut. Doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to follow that line specifically. Also, it would be very good for you guys to get a really good saw, something that cuts, because the tire has little metals that go inside of the tire. So you're gonna need something pretty strong and sharp. And as you guys can see, these tools that I have are tools that I use every day. They're basically shop tools. So this particular blade that I had, it's pretty dull. It was not as sharp, so it took me a little longer. This video, I compressed it for you guys, but it took me about a good hour and a half, 2 hours to complete this project. So as you guys can see here, I'm still cutting. This is the other side. I had already cut the first half. This is the second half that I'm cutting. And after you cut this tire, you're gonna need to cut little ears. I call them little ears on the about 3 inches from the end on all 4 corners. That way we are able to bend the tire, and you can screw the drill bit to make the holes. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty hard for you guys to bend the tire to a flat surface, because we're going to need a flat surface to be able to make the holes. So I made this a little bit compressed, like I said, for you guys, because if not, you guys would have been watching me cutting this tire. It took me like 40 minutes to cut that tire. Like I said, it was pretty dull. So yeah, there we go. I'm hacking at it again still. But this equipment here, I've seen it done, and I've seen it people make it stationary, where basically they drill it to the wall. My style is going to be more of a mobile type of equipment, where you can put it in your car and just carry it with you wherever you want to go. If you see a tree, make sure you buy some rope. Get about 20 feet worth of rope, and you can tie it around the tree, and believe me, it's sturdy and it won't move. My next video will be me showing you guys how to use it. So like I said, those little ears, like I said, I call them, these are the little ears right here. In each corner, you guys gonna have to cut about 3 inches from the end, 2 to 3 inches. Depends how you guys want. I wanted this to stand out a lot. I wanted the round part to be very sticking out. So this is the location that I used to drill the holes. Try to go in the center, in between where the loop is and the end of the tire. You're gonna need a drill bit, about a 3/8 of size, and then you can also use the drill bit it's like a gauge drill bit, where it goes from small to bigger. And the one I use is about 2 inches max in diameter. So this right here is just the beginning. So I'm just making the holes with it because it's easier, and then I'm gonna use a bigger drill bit and a bigger drill bit to get it to a bigger size so that the bolts can fit through them. Like I said, it depends what type of bolts you guys want to use. I mean, my bolts were, I believe, 3/8. So if you guys want to use anything bigger than that, and that would be on you guys. But this is the way I did it. And yeah, just make sure all the tools that you get, make sure they're pretty good condition. That way they cut through. Because these, like I said, the tire has like metal beams, little metal beams that run through the whole tire. So you have to break through those little beams to go through it, and that's what makes it a little bit difficult if you have dull equipment. Always got to keep your station clean. You know what I mean? So I'm using my little shop broom there, handy dandy broom, so we can keep it nice and clean. That way you can see the holes, you can see where you've made the holes, and try to make them bigger so you can screw the bolt through. These DIY projects are gonna be, this is the first of many. I got other little things that I'm gonna be doing to show you guys, for boxing or working out stations. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the drill bit that I mentioned. So we're gonna use that to go into a bigger gauge. So I hope that this works out for you guys. Hope you guys like it. And like I said, yeah, this is gonna be for a stationary. This is not a stationary equipment. This is more of a mobile equipment on the go. All right, so I got the holes done. I got the bolts are gonna go right through. Then you got to make sure you have washers and nuts as well. The washer is gonna maintain the pressure of the bolt. That way it puts pressure on the board. That way you have a more secure tire to the board. So that is the best way to do it. Always put a washer before a nut, and it's always going to be better tight, and it's going to be more endurance. All right, so by hand, I'm tightening up the nuts. Next, I will be using a power tool to secure it and tighten it up. My Milwaukee tool and a size 15 socket. That's the size head of the bolts that I got. So here we go. We're going to tighten one corner, then move to the next side. Almost finished, guys. We're almost finished with this project. So remember, you guys saw it here first. My style, this is my invention. Mobile, tire punching, hook, jab, you can use everything on this, but it's mainly for hooks and uppercuts. So I've never seen nobody else with this type of homemade boxing equipment. They're usually stationary, like I said. So now those little ears that we had cut, it's time to get rid of them. We're gonna cut them off. See how they're sticking outside of the board? We're gonna cut them. That way they're flush with the board, or even a little bit more inwards. We're gonna use the saw again. Like I said, make sure you guys get a brand new saw blade. Get like 2 or 3 just in case. Make your job much easier. Believe me. All right, guys, so we finished up cutting up the little ears. It's nice and flushed. We're almost done with the project. Almost done. Now we gotta make sure we make the board even. So we're gonna measure from the size of my hand. That's how far away the tire is to the end. So we're gonna do the same to the other side. This is just the hood way to measure. If you don't have any measuring tape or measuring ruler, you know, you could use simple things like that. Like it's exactly the same length from my thumb to my pinky on the other side. So all I did is the same measurements on the opposite side. Make a line so you can have a guide. And that pretty much is gonna be your ending board right there. So this blade is multi-purpose, so it cuts everything. Like as you can see, I cut rubber, I cut metal that is inside the rubber, I cut the wood. Cuts the wood even faster. The metal, not so much, but you know, it worked. It happened. Took a little longer than I wanted, but at least it got it. You know, I got it done. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to see with all that little dust from the wood that's piling up there, all that cedar that was piling up. And also the other end of that wood, once I chop that wood off, you guys can still use that wood. Let's just say you guys are Mike Tyson's and are hitting that tire like there's no tomorrow, and you start to see that it's starting to crack, like the wood is starting to crack, because this is only 1 inch thick. If you start to see that it's starting to crack, then by all means you have reinforcement right there. You cut that little board in half and you use from one end to the other end and just reinforce it. That's it. You don't have to waste any material. So there you go. It's pretty much even both sides, because when you use the rope, you're gonna want it to be even. All right, so here comes where we're gonna put the holes for the rope to pass through. I want it to have the same space as where the bolts are for the tire. So I'm just gonna follow the same pattern. Wherever the bolts are, move next to it and measure, like I said, once again with your hand, and go to the center of that board. See, my middle finger was where the actual guide was, so I just follow that, and you just repeat the same thing to the other side. Now this is the way I'm doing it, because the closer it is to the tire, the more endurance it's gonna have. It's gonna be more stronger. Towards the center of the board is always gonna be more stronger. Towards the outer, it becomes more weaker. So I rather use the center. Now this right here is what I was talking to you guys about, the drill bit with the 2-inch gauge diameter. So that right there is gonna make the hole, you're gonna go all the way down and you turn. Now let me just say this, these, like I said, this is a hood way of doing it. I'm using what I had around. There's special equipment that you can buy in Home Depot that cuts through wood with the specific diameter. I just use what I have, which is metal type of tools. So now we did the holes in the front part. All we gotta do is turn the board around, and the same procedure you did to the front, you do it to the back. That way you have the exact same type of gauge in the front and the back. That's all we're doing here, is making sure that the hole is the same size on both sides, because like I said, this is not the proper type of drill bit, you may say, for wood. For wood, they have a different type of drill bit that it's already, like I said, it comes like in a circle, and it has like little teeth at the end, and they have different sizes, different diameters. So this is, like I said, this is what we got. That's what I had to work with, and that's what I used. So we're pretty much done with the project here. All I'm doing is the same from one side to the other, and basically we're done. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it works out for you guys. If you guys have any questions, if you guys want to know more in detail certain things, you guys can hit me up in the comment below. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like it. And if you guys want to share it, I wouldn't mind. It works out too. So I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like. All right, guys. So I'm gonna holla at y'all next time. Peace.